It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Giants and the Eagles, and it comes your way next.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the New York Giants. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And Charles, our ball game here featuring a couple of young quarterbacks a lot of people have their eye on. Daniel Jones of the Giants, Jalen Hurts of the Eagles.
Yeah, Brandon, we're starting to see some of the old guard moving on. Guys like Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning. And in their place, there have been some dynamic young guys who have come into the league, not just this year, but in the last 3 or 4 years in particular. They've really changed the quarterback position. And I think both of these guys fit into that category. Youth is being served.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
We knew about the great mind coming out of Duke, and we saw the athletic ability and the potential. Watching it all come together and get better with each passing year, that's been fun. He can throw it deep, throw it short, and of course take off out of the pocket and beat you with his legs as well.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
To start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley, a man who played collegiately here in the Keystone State. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
From just shy of midfield, Jones. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it a pickup of 3 and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
So this is what we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball. Run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
You can't block me. You can't block me. 54, come on, 54.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Throwing is Hurts. And he finds the tight end, Rodgers. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline. But what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. That'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. It's coming this way. Coming this way. Here we go.
2nd and 5 now. Hurts. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Go, go. It's run. It's run. They're running.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like all-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with Sanders. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Let's go. Let's do this.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Come on. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch the
On 2nd and 9, Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. We're scoreless after 1. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Hurts. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 36.
Right there. 54. Right there.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A give running left. It's Sanders. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Here we go now on 1st and goal.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they... Right there.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
It's a bit of a dangerous part of the field for him to break into their bag of tricks, but for a minute there, I thought it was going to set up perfectly for him. Instead, they don't get into the end zone, but they do pick up positive yardage.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. He's stopping.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Eagles go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Richie James on the return. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Somehow he was able to sidestep that first tackler, but still hit and taken down behind the line.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Flush to his right, and he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. Well, that one drops down incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe.
They don't want it. Keep
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York ready to go again offensively. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Now Jones. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing Jones. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Jones now from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a carry for Sanders. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
Yeah, baby.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Here's James returning.
Let's go.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. Jones. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. He'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Now Jones on 1st down. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard as the first half is winding down. And the Giants have taken the lead. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw because that one hung up there for a long time. and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 2. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Well, the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break. Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Mike's 54. Mike's 50.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Tay Crowder able to make the play. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for the Giants. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, putting some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Second half will start with a run by Sanders. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Playing as a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together. Right there.
Back to throw. Sanders has it over the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And they'll give to Scott here on the option.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there and in the process picks up the first down. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Back to throw here. Towards the end zone for Brown. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Third quarter of a 2-point game. A good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10. Hurts gets this to Sanders. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. Back to throw again. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on in man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Oh, yes, this is what the good ones do. He used his legs to buy a little bit more time rolling to his left, and at one point, he flipped the switch from passer to runner, and he got a pretty good gain out of it.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And Pascal's got it. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They're going to run this with a tight end. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside taking it in from 2 yards out. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is up to 5. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now James returning. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Well, Jones is hit. He lost the football.
They can't stop us. Dang, man, I guess we're looking at...
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. So they keep the football but now face 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Jones. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they bring it back to about the 5-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. This is caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Richard Rodgers. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a fourth-quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here we go.
In possession switching back to the New York Giants. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Jones escaping the pressure right.
And Jones will hit the deck here, and he is able to pick up the 1st down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for him.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Trying to lay one up deep. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tartt.
And the Eagles will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at the 45. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end over the middle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of 40.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On 1st down, it's Sanders. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And he'll go down at the 28.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
87 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Over the middle, complete. That's Sanders. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal.
Hurt's going to give it to Sanders on the option.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's it. That's it.
An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. Second and inches. They'll try to run with Sanders. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game.
About a half yard from the end zone, third and goal. Throwing is Hurts.
And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. The kick by Elliott is good.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on fourth and goal anyway, but the sack on third down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
So now Jones and the Giants down by 15. Just over a minute, 40 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
To throw is Jones.
To Barkley on the check down. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Here's Jones. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th. Now Jones. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. Hurts down to one knee, and that should just about do it. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.